Well, welcome to our second show, our Sunday night show of Shakespeare in the Park, brought to you by Shakespeare by the Sea. Sunday night performance of Comedy of Errors. It's a comedy tonight, and we just happen to have in our audience tonight a couple of very important people here as far as we're concerned in Rossmore. The General Manager of the Rossmore Community Services District, Joe Mendoza.
Hi, thank you. Now, welcome to Rossmore.
Yes, we're happy to be here once again. And you've brought a guest.
Yes. In my past life with the Los Angeles County Department of Parks and Recreation, we started an Arts in the Park program in 2010, and I enlisted a great lady to help us. She had a lot of experience in the arts, and this is Dr. Melanie Andrews. We started an inner city Shakespeare program of local kids that Melanie trained, mentored, brought in the British Academy of Film and Industry to assist. People like Paul Heller, who were producer of Enter the Dragon, Katie Haber, who was a producer of Straw Dogs and was helped out with Blade Runner. And they came out in full force with actors and actresses, and I'll let Melanie explain to you the impact it had on kids' lives, and even a kid that's in the program tonight. So, Melanie?
Okay, Melanie, nice to meet you. I'm John Underwood, Los Al TV.
Melanie Andrews.
Yeah. Dr. Andrews, tell me, when Joe says inner city Shakespeare, he's talking about inner city, South Central LA, isn't he?
It started that way, but now it's county-wide into Orange County. And what we do, unlike this company is wonderful. Our company skews a lot younger. And our goal is to open it up to any kids in the area, South Central, Pasadena, there's kids from Torrance, Rossmore, everyone. They come in, we hold an open, we actually cast everybody that shows up, don't tell them that. And everyone gets a mentor. We've had mentors from the British Academy, from Arrow, Game of Thrones, The Who, famous people, Helen Mirren, all kinds of folks who just come together with the kids and mentor them. And I unlike most Shakespeare company, ours skews younger. And when they grow up, like we have members who are on stage tonight, all of our kids go to college. I have kids in Hamilton. I got free tickets to Hamilton from volunteering with Joe. Sorry, Joe, I only have one. But it's a joy for the community to see Shakespeare.
What does Shakespeare mean? I mean, Shakespeare's hard. The pentampic and iambic pentameter is difficult.
No, it's not. Let me tell you what iambic pentameter is a heartbeat. Bump, bump. All the world's a stage. It's just your heartbeat. That's all it is. And so we have it in our mind, like we feel about algebra, that it's hard. It's not hard if you figure it out. I work with fourth graders that do Shakespeare beautifully, but it does require concentration. It does require commitment. And you know how contemporary kids are. They want to do all that. Shakespeare takes them away from that and builds their brain cells to be able to do well in things that are difficult.
I wish your organization, your Inner City Shakespeare group, many more years of success. But speaking of building brain cells, I did a little synopsis of today's Comedy of Errors, and I got a little lost after the twins, when Aegean and his twins got lost. I got lost too.
Yeah, and that's one of the real issues with Shakespeare. So often when we do Shakespeare with little kids, we use the Folgers edition that has a little narration in there. But basically it's two twins and their twin servants end up in the wrong place and and the old guy is trying to find his family, and they all, by Shakespeare has all these little devices, end up in the same town, and by the end everyone is with everyone else. And so Shakespeare requires some thinking, but if you today you should figure it out. It's just a lot of it's on the director and what choices they make and costuming, and they do a good job. I've seen it before. They do a good job so the twins look like twins and all that. So
I see.
Really pay attention. But no, in Shakespeare comedies, it ends happily in marriage, and in Shakespeare tragedies, everybody dies. So if you know that when you go in, that's going to live happily ever after, then you got it.
Okay.
And we teach that to fourth graders, so I know you can do it.
Okay. And I know you can do it. So tonight it's Comedy of Errors, and we have a little thumbnail here from a doctor of Shakespeare, yes. Dr. Melanie. All right. And we'll have it all together tonight in one performance of Comedy of Errors by William Shakespeare, with a little thumbnail to lead us down the road from a doctor of Shakespeare, Dr. Melanie.
Thank you.
And Joe Mendoza, RCSD, our general manager at RCSD.
Twitter can understand it, so if you really pay attention, so can you.
Okay, you're talking to them though, aren't you, right?
Okay, yeah. You guys are smarter than fourth graders, aren't you? Thank you.
Well, sure we are. Sure we are. Okay, tonight, Comedy of Errors. Stay tuned.
Accusing! I hereby arrest you in the name of the Duke.
Proceed, Solinus, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death end woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord which of late sprung from the wankerous outrage of your duke to merchants, our well-dealing countrymen who, wanting guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed his heavy statutes with their bloods, removes all pity from our threatening looks. For since the mortal and intestine jars twixt thy seditious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synod been decreed, both by the Syracusans and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay more, if any born in Ephesus be seen at any Syracusan mart or fair, again, if any Syracusan born come to the bay at Ephesus, he dies. his goods confiscate to the Duke's dispose, unless, 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and to ransom him. Thy having valued at the highest weight would not exceed unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet this my comfort, when your words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusan, say in brief the cause why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not have been imposed. In Syracusa was I born, and wed unto a woman happy but for me. With her I lived in joy. Our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidamnum. My spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old, had made provisions for her following me, and soon and safe arrived where I was. There, had she not been long, that she became the joyful mother of 2 goodly sons.
Hey!
And which was strange, the one so like the other as could not be distinguished but by name. That night, in that self-same inn, a meaner couple were delivered of such a burden. Twin boys, both alike. Those, for their parents were exceeding poor, I brought up to serve my son.
Go get it.
My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motions of our home return. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard.
A league from Epidamnum have we sailed before the always wind-obeying deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer we did not retain much hope, for what obscure delight the heavens did grant us did convey unto our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of immediate death, which though myself would have gladly embraced. Yet my wife, weeping for what she saw must come, and the piteous plainings of the pretty babes, ignorant what to fear, forced me to seek delays for them and me. The sailors left the ship, then sinking right to us. My wife, who had been more careful for the latter born, had fashioned him to a small spare mast. To him one of the twin boys was bound, whilst I had been like heedful of the others. The children thus disposed of, my wife and I, fixing ourselves either end the mast, were carried towards Corinth, as we thought. The seas waxed calm, and we soon discovered 2 ships afar from making a main to us. Of Corinth, this. Of Epidaurus, that. Ere they came,
Oh, say no more. Gather sequel, why that came before.
Nay, forward, old man, do not wake off so, for we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Oh, had the gods done so. For ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which, violently set upon, our friendly ship was splitted in the midst. Oh. Her poor soul, seeming burdened with the lesser weight but not the lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind. And in our sight those 3 were taken up by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought.
Another ship had soon seized upon us, and knowing whom it was their hap to save, gave helpful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishermen of their prey, had not their bark been very slow of sail.
And therefore, homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you heard me, severed from my bliss. By misfortune was my life prolonged, to tell sad tales of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to decline thee till now.
At 18 years, my youngest boy, and yet my eldest care, became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, so his case was like, reft of his brother, but retained his name, might bear him company in the quest of him, whom, whilst I labored of a love to see, I hazard the loss of him I loved. 7 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward, came here to Ephesus, hopeless to find, or loath to leave unsought or that or any place that harbors men. And here must end the story of my life. But happy were I in my timely death, could all my travels but warrant me they live.
Hapless Aegean, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now trust me, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes would they may not disannul, my soul would sue as advocate for thee. But though thou art adjudged to the death, and passed sentence may not be revoked, but to our honor's great disparagement, yet I will favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus. Beg thou or borrow to make up the sum and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegean wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Won't give out you are a pepper down unless that your goods too soon be confiscated. This very day, a Syracusan merchant is apprehended for arrival here, and, not being able to buy out his own life, according to the statute of the town, dies ere the weary sun sets in the west. Here, there is your money that I had to keep.
Go, bear it to the centaur where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to thee. Within this hour it will be dinner time. Till that I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return and sleep within mine inn, for with long travel I am stiff and weary. Get thee away!
Many a man would take you at your word and go indeed, having so good a meed.
A very trusty villain, sir. And very oft when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jests. What, will you walk with me about the town and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I am invited, sir, to certain merchants, of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon, at 5 o'clock, please you, I will meet with you upon the mart, whereafter I will consort you till bedtime. My present business calls me from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to my own content commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop, who falling there to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I, to find a mother and a brother, in search of them, unhappy, lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How chance thou art returned so soon?
Returned so soon? Rather approached too late. The capon burns. The pig falls from the spit. The clock has struck 12 upon the bell. My mistress made it 1 upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you've not come home. You've not come home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast. But we, who know what it is to fast and pray, are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
6 pence? I had a Wednesday last to pay the saddler for my
I am not in a sportive humor now. Tell me, in dally not, where is the money? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
I pray you, err as you sit at dinner. I, from my mistress, come to you in post. If I return, I shall be post indeed, for she will score your fault upon my pate.
Come, Dromio, come. These jests are out of season. Reserve them till a merrier hour than this. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
To me, sir. You gave no gold to me.
Come on, sir knave. Have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you from the mart home to your house. The Phoenix, sir, for dinner. My mistress and her sister stay for thee.
In what safe place you have bestowed my money, or I shall break that merry sconce of yours that stands on tricks when I am indisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks thou hadst of me?
I have some marks of yours upon my pate, some of my mistress' marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both. If I should pay your worship those again, perchance you would not bear them patiently.
Thy mistress? Marks, what mistress, knave, hast thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress at the Phoenix, she that doth fast till you come home to dinner, and prays that you will hie you home to dinner.
What? Wilt thou flout me thus unto the face, being forbid? There take you, thou, Sir Knave, and...
But need you, sir, for God's sake, hold your hands! Nay, and you will not, sir! I'll take my heels.
Upon my life, by some device or other, the villain is o'erwrought of all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage, as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark working sorcerers that change the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, prating mountebanks, and many such like liberties of sin. If it prove so, I will be gone the sooner. Out to the centaur to go seek this knave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor the knave returned, that in such haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2 o'clock.
Perhaps a merchant hath invited him, and he's somewhere from the mart gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine and never fret. Man is master to his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time, they'll go or come. If so, be patient, sister.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out a door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh, no, he is the bridle of your will.
There is none but asses will be bridled so.
Why, headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye that hath his bound in earth and sea and sky. The beasts, the fishes, the winged fowls are their male subjects and at their controls. Men, more divine, are masters of all these things. Masters to their females and to their lords. Then let your will attend on their accords.
This servitude makes you to keep unwed.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
Ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
How? If your husband starts some other where.
Till he comes home, I would forbear.
Well, patience unmoved. No marvel though she pause. They could be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul, bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry.
But were we burdened with like weight of pain as much or more would we ourselves complain? So thou that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee with, urging helpless patience wouldst relieve me. But if thou live to see like right bereft, this fool-begged patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Ah, look, your man is here. Now your husband is nigh.
Say, is your tardy master now at hand? Nay, he's in two hands with me, and that my 2 ears can witness.
Say, didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Aye, he told his mind upon mine ear. To show his hand, I scarce could understand it.
Well, spake he so doubtfully thou couldst not feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly that I could too well feel his blows, and was also doubtfully that I could scarce understand them.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, mistress, sure my master is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain!
I mean not cuckold mad, but surely he is stark mad. When I desired him to come home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. 'Tis dinner time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Your meat doth burn, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Will you come home, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Where's the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain? The pig, quoth I, is burned. My gold, quoth he. My mistress, sir, quoth I. Hang up thy mistress. I know not thy mistress. Out on thy mistress! Quoth who? Quoth my master. I know, quoth he, no house, no wife, no mistress, so that my errand due unto my tongue, I thank him. I bear home upon my shoulders. For in conclusion, he did beat me there.
Go back, thou knave, and fetch him home!
Go back again and be new beaten home, for God's sake, send some other messenger!
Back, knave, or I will break thy cross!
Who will bless that cross with other beating? Between you I shall have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch thy master home!
Am I so round with you, as you with me, that like a football you do spurn me thus? You spurn me hence, and he will spurn me hither. If I last in this service, you must case me in leather.
Fie, sister, how impatience loureth in your face.
His company must do his minions grace, whilst I at home starve for a merry look. Hath homely age the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek? Well, then he hath wasted it. What ruins are in me that could be found by him not ruined? Well, that he is the ground of my defeatures. My decayed fair, a sunny look of his would soon repair, but too unruly dear, he breaks the pale and feeds from home. Poor I am but his stale.
This is self-harming jealousy. Beat it, cats!
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth homage otherwhere, or else what lets it but he would be here. Sister, you know he promised me a chain. With that alone would he detain, so he would keep fair quarter with his bed. Since that my beauty cannot please his eye, I will weep what's left away, and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve that jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe at the Centaur, and the heedful knave has wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation and my host's report, I could not speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the mart. See, here he comes. How now, sir, is your merry humor altered? As you love jests, so jest with me again. You know no centaur, you receive no gold. Your mistress sent to have me home to dinner. My house was at the Phoenix. Wast thou mad that thus so madly thou didst answer me?
What answer, sir, when spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I did not see you since you sent me hence home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt and toldst me of a mistress and a dinner for which I hope thou felt I was displeased.
I am glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest? I pray you, master, tell me.
Thinkst thou I jest? Dost thou jeer and flout me in the teeth? Hold, take thou that, and that, and
Hold, sir, for God's sake. Now your jest is earnest. Upon what bargain do you give it me?
because that I familiarly sometimes do use you for my fool and chat with you, your sauciness will jest upon my love and make a common of my serious hours. If you will jest with me, know my aspect, and fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I will beat this method in your sconce.
Oh, sconce call you it. So you would leave battering, I had rather have it ahead. And you use these blows long, I must get a sconce for my head and ensconce it too, or else I shall seek my wit in my shoulders. But I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, sir, and wherefore? For they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why, first, for flouting me, and then wherefore? What, for urging it to me a second time?
Oh, was there ever any man thus beaten out of season, when in the why and the wherefore is neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
Marry, sir, for this something that you gave me. For nothing!
I'll make you amends next to give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time?
No, sir. I think the meat wants that I have.
In good time, what's that?
Basting.
Well, sir, then 'twill be dry.
If it be, sir, I pray you eat none of it.
Your reason,
Lest
sir?
to make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things.
Oh, I durst have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
Marry, sir, by a rule as plain as the plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There's no time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
Why is time such a miser of hair, being as it is so plentiful an excrement?
Because it is a blessing that he bestows on beasts. And when he has scanted men in hair, he hath given them in wit.
Why, there's many a man that hath more hair than wit.
Ah, not a man of those, but he hath the wit to lose his hair.
I knew 'twould be a bold conclusion. Oh, but soft, who wafts us yonder?
Oh, I, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects? I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. But the time was once when thou unurged wouldst vow that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing in thine eye, that never touch well welcome to thy hand, that never meat sweet savored in thy taste, unless I spake or looked or touched or carved to thee. How comes it now, my husband? Oh, how comes it that thou art thus estranged from thyself? Thyself, I call it, being strange to me, that undividable, incorporate, and better than thy dear self's better parts. Oh, do not tear away thyself from me. For know, my love, as easy mayest thou fall a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled that same up again, without addition or diminishing, as take from me thyself, and not me too. I am possessed with an adulterate blood. My blood is mingled with the crimes of lust. For if we two be one and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being strumpeted by thy contagion. Keep, then, fair league and truce with thy true bed. I live unstained, thou undishonored.
Plead thou to me, fair dame. I know thee not. I in Ephesus I am but 2 hours old, as strange unto your town as to your talk, who every word by all my wit being scanned, want wit in all one word to understand.
Fie, brother, how the world has changed with you. When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you to dinner by Dromio.
By Dromio?
By me?
By thee, and this thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman? What is the drift and course of your compact?
Sir, I never saw her till this time.
Villain, thou liest, for even her very words didst thou deliver to me on the mart.
I never spake with her in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names? Unless it be by inspiration.
How ill agrees it to counterfeit thus grossly with your knave, abetting him to thwart me in my mood.
Yep.
Be it my wrong that you are from me exempt. But wrong not that wrong with a more contempt.
To me she speaks, she moves me for her theme. What, was I married to her in a dream? Or sleep I now and think I hear all this? What error drives our eyes and ears amiss? Until I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads! I cross me for a sinner. This is the fairyland. Oh, spite of spites. We talk with goblins, owls, and sprites. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath or pinch us black and blue.
Why pratest thou to thyself and answerest not?
Thou sot!
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and so am I.
Nay, both in mind and in my shape?
Thou hast thine own form.
No, I am an ape!
Thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
'Tis true, she rides me and I long for grass. 'Tis so I am an ass, else it could never be, but I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, no longer will I be a fool to put the finger in the eye and weep whilst man and master laugh my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Husband, I will dine above with you today and shrive you of 1,000 idle pranks. Sirrah, if any ask you for your master, say he dines forth, and let no creature enter. Come, sister.
Oh.
Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I on earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised, known unto these and to myself, disguised. I'll say as they say, and persevere so, and in this mist, at all adventures go.
Master, shall I be porter at the gate?
Aye, unless none enter, lest I break your pace. Come, Antipholus, we dine too late.
Good Signor Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is shrewish when I keep not hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her carcanet, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. Ahem! But here's a villain that would face me down. He met me on the mart, and that I beat him, and charged him with 1,000 marks in gold, and that I did deny my wife and house. Thou, drunkard, thou, what didst thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know. That you beat me at the mart. I have your hand to show. If the skin were parchment and the blows you gave were ink, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Marry, so it doth appear by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. I should kick being kicked, and being at that pass you would keep from my heels, and beware of an ass.
You're sad, Signor Balthazar. Pray God our cheer may answer my good will and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and you're welcome, dear.
Oh, Signor Balthazar, either at flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common that every churl affords.
And welcome more common, for that's nothing but words.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast.
Aye, to a miserly host and a more sparing guest. But though my cates be mean, take them in good part. Better cheer may you have, but not with better heart. But soft, my door is locked. Go, bid them let us in.
Capon, coxcomb, idiot, patch. Either get thee from the door or sit down at the hatch. What? Dost thou conjure for wenches that thou callest for such door when one is one too many? Go! Get thee from the door!
What? Patch is made our porter. My master stays in the street.
Oh, let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on's feet.
Who talks within there? Ho! Open the door.
Right, sir. I'll tell you when, and you tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner. I have not dined today.
Oh, nor today here. You must not come again when you may.
What art thou that keeps me out from the house I owe?
The porter for this time, sir. And my name is Dromio.
Oh, villain! Thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. The one ne'er got me credit, the other mickle blame. If thou hast been Dromio today in my place, then have changed thy name for a face or thy face for an ass.
What a coil is there, Dromio? Who are those at the gate?
Let my master in, loose.
Faith, no, he comes too late, and so tell your master.
Oh, Lord, I must laugh. Have at you with a proverb, shall I? Set in my staff.
Oh! Have at you with another. That's when. Can you tell?
Oh, if thy name be called Loose, thou hast answered him well.
Do you hear, you minion? You'll let us in, I hope.
I thought to have asked you.
And you said no.
So come help.
Ha!
Well struck. There was blow for blow.
No baggage, let me in. Can you tell? hell for whose sake?
Master, knock the door hard.
Let him knock till it ache.
You'll cry for this minion if I beat the door down.
What needs all that and a pair of stocks in the town?
Who is that at the door that keeps all this noise?
By my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife, sir knave? Go, get you from the door.
If you went in pain, sir, this knave would go sore.
Here is neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either.
In debating which was best, we shall part with neither.
Stand at the door, master, bid them welcome hither.
There is something in the wind that we cannot get in.
You would say so, sir, if your garments were thin.
Oh, go! Fetch me something. I'll break open the gate!
Yeah. Yes! Break any breaking here, and I'll break your knave's pink.
A man may break word with you, sir, and words are but wind. Aye, and break it in your face, so he break it not behind.
Oh, it seems thou once breaking out upon thee, hind.
Go, get thee gone. Fetch me an iron crown!
Patience, sir, let it not be so. Herein you war against your reputation and draw within the compass of suspect the unviolated honor of your wife. Once this, your long experience of her wisdom, noble virtue, years of modesty plead on her part some cause to you unknown. I doubt not, sir, but she will excuse why at this time the doors are made against you. Be ruled by me. Depart in patience, and let us to the Tiger Hall to dinner.
Aye.
And about evening, come yourself alone to know the reason of this strange restraint. If by strong hand you offer to break in now in the stirring passage of the day, a vulgar comment will be made of it, and that's opposed by the common route against your yet ungalled estimation. That may else with foul intrusion enter in and dwell upon your grave when you are dead. For slander lives upon succession, forever housed where it gets possession.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet and, in despite of mirth, mean to be merry. I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty and witty, wild and yet too gentle. To her we will to dinner. Good sir, get you home and fetch the chain. By this I know 'tis made. Bring it, I pray you, to the Porpentine, for there's the house. That chain will I bestow, be it for nothing but to spite my wife! Upon mine hostess there. Good sir, make haste. Since mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere to see if they'll disdain me.
I'll meet you at that place some hour hence.
Do so. This jest shall cost me some expense.
That you have quite forgot a husband's office? Shall Antipholus, in the spring of love thy love springs rot? Shall love in building grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or, if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Alas, poor women, make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you love us. Though others have the arm, show us the sleeve. We, in your motion, turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again, comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain, when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife. Go ahead. Go.
Sweet mistress, what thy name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit on mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace you show not than our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, and to your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine. No, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more, to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note, to drown me in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy golden hairs, and as a bed I'll take them and there lie, and in that glorious supposition thinks he gains by death that has such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sink.
What? Art thou mad that thou dost reason so?
Not mad, but mated? How I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
By gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by.
Gaze where you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to wink, sweet love, as look on night.
Why call you me, love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself. Mine own self's better part. Mine eyes, clear eye. My dear heart's dearer heart. My food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's aim. My soul earth's heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this, my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself, sister, sweet, for I am thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft air, hold you still. I shall fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
How now, Dromio? Where runst thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Oh, Dromio, you are my man, you are thyself.
I am an ass. I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
What woman's man? How beside thyself?
Marry, sir, besides myself, I am due to a woman. One that claims me. One that haunts me. One that will have me.
What claim lays she to thee?
Marry, sir, such claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast. Not that I, being a beast, she would have me, but that she, being a very beastly creature, lays claim to me.
What is she?
A very reverent body. Aye, such a one as a man may not speak of without he say, ooh, Sir Reverence. I have but lean luck in the match, and yet she is a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen wench, and all grease. I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her and run from her by her own light. I warrant her rags and the tallow in them could burn a Poland winter. If she lives till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
What complexion is she of?
Oh, swart like my shoe, but her face, nothing hath so clean kept. For why? She sweats. A man may go over shoes in the grime of it. Ooh.
Well, that's a fault that water will bear.
No, sir. 'Tis in grain. Noah's flood could not do it.
What's her name?
Nell, sir. But her name and 3/4. That's an L. And 3/4 could not measure her from hip to hip. No longer from head to foot, then from hip to hip. She is spherical. Like a globe. I could find out countries in her.
In what part of her body stands Ireland?
Mary, sir, in her buttocks. I found it out by the bogs.
Where's Scotland?
Mary, in the Baroness, hard in the palm of the hand.
Where France?
In her forehead, armed and reverted, making war against her heir.
Where England?
I looked for the chalky cliffs but could find no whiteness in them. But I guess it stood in her chin by the salt room that ran between France and it.
Where stood Belgium, the Netherlands?
Oh, sir, I did not look so low. To conclude, this drudge or diviner laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her, told me what privy marks I had about me as the mark in my shoulder, the mole in my neck, the great wart on my left arm, that I, amazed, ran from her as a witch, and I think if my breast had not been made of faith, and my heart of steel, she had transformed me to a curtal dog and made me turn in the wheel.
Go, hie thee presently, post to the road, and if the wind blows any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark puts forth, come find me on the mart where I will walk till thou return to me. If everyone knows us and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge back and be gone.
Oh, as from a bear a man would run for life, so fly I from her that would be my wife.
There's none but witches to inhabit here, and therefore 'tis high time that I were hence. She that doth call me husband, in my soul doth for a wife abhor, but her fair sister, possessed of such a gentle, sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse, have almost made me guilty to self-wrong. But lest myself betray myself, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus!
Aye, that's my name.
I know it well, sir. Lo, here is the chain. I thought to obtain you at the porpentine. The chain unfinished made me stay thus long.
What is your will that I should do with this?
What please yourself, sir. I have made it for you.
For me, sir, I bespoke it not.
Not once nor twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it and please your wife withal. And soon at supper time I'll visit you and then receive my money for the chain.
Pray, sir, receive your money now, for fear you ne'er see chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Fare you well.
What I should think of this, I cannot tell. But this I think. There is no man which would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man here need not live by shifts, when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. I'll to the mart, and there for Dromio stay. If any ship puts forth, then straight away!
We will now take a short intermission. The actors are coming back around to sell more raffle tickets. Please also take a moment to fill out your questionnaires and return them. Visit our concessions area or purchase this season's t-shirts or sweatshirts. Intermission has concluded. Please take your seats. The show will begin momentarily.
You have known since Pentecost that the sun was due, and since I have not much importuned you, know now that I had not, but that I am bound for Persia and want guilders for my voyage. Therefore, make present satisfaction, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Even just the sum that I do owe to you is growing to me by Antipholus, and in the instant that I met with you, he had of me a chain, and soon at 5 o'clock I shall receive my money for the same. Pleaseth you, walk with me down to his house. I will discharge my bond, and thank you too.
That labor may you save, see where he comes.
While I go to the goldsmith's house, go thou and buy a rope's end. That will I bestow among my wife and her confederates for locking me out of my doors by day. But soft, I see the goldsmith. Get thee gone, buy thou a rope, and bring it home to me.
I buy £1,000 a year. I buy a rope.
A man as well hope up the trust to you. I promised your presence and the chain, but neither chain nor goldsmith came to me. Belike you thought our love would last too long if it were chained together, and therefore came not.
Saving your merry humor. Here is the note. How much the chain weighs to the uttermost carat, the finest of the gold, and charged for fashion, which stand to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to this gentleman. I pray you, see him presently discharged, for he is bound to sea and stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good senor, take the stranger to my house, and with you take the chain, and bid my wife disperse the sum on the receipt thereof. Perchance I will be there as soon as you.
Then you will bring the chain to her yourself.
No, bear it with you, lest I come not time enough. Okay?
Then I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have not, sir, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money.
Nay, come, I pray you. Give me the chain. Both wind and tide stays for this gentleman, and I to blame have held him here too long.
Good Lord, you use this dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the porpentine. I should have chid you for not bringing it, but like a shrew, you first begin to brawl.
The hour steals on. I pray you, sir, dispatch.
You hear how he importunes me? The chain.
Give it to my wife and fetch your money.
Come, you know I gave it to you even now. Either give me the chain or give me back some token.
Fie, now you run this humor out of breath. Where's the chain? I pray you let me see it.
My business cannot brook this dalliance. Good sir, say whether you'll answer me or no. If not, then I'll leave him to the officer.
I answer you. What shall I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
You know I gave it to you half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wrong me much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Well then, officer, arrest him at my suit.
I do, and charge thee in the Duke's name to obey me.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay this sum for me, or I attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee that I never had. Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here is thy fee. Arrest him, officer. I will not spare my brother in this case if he should scorn me so apparently.
I do arrest you, sir. You hear the suit.
I do obey thee till I give thee bail. But, sirrah, you shall buy this sport as dear as all the metal in your shop will answer.
Sir, I will have law in Ephesus to your notorious shame. I doubt it not.
Master! There is a bark of Epidon that says until her owner comes aboard, sir, and then she bears away. Our freighted, sir, I have conveyed aboard, and I have bought the oil, the balsamum, and aqua vitae. The ship is in her trim. The merry wind blows fair for land. They stay for not at all but their owner, master, and yourself.
How now, a madman? Why, thou peevish sheep, what ship of Epidamnum stays for me?
A ship you sent me to hire wafted.
Thou drunkard, I sent thee for a rope and told thee to what purpose and what end.
You sent me for a rope sender. Soon you sent me to the bay, sir, for a bark.
I will debate this matter at more leisure and teach your ears to list me with more heed.
Ow.
To Adriana, villain, hie thee straight, give her this key. Tell her in the desk that's covered o'er with Turkish tapestry there is a purse of ducats. Let her send it. Tell her I am arrested in the street, and that shall bail me. Hie thee, knave, be gone. On, officer, to prison, till it come.
To Adriana, that is where we died. Where Dalzabel did claim me for her husband. She is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Thither I must, although against my will, for servants must their masters' minds fulfill.
Oh, Luciana, did he tempt thee so? Mightest thou perceive austurely in his eye that he did plead in earnest? Yea or no? Or looked he or red, or pale, or sad, or merrily? What observation madest thou in this case of his heart's meteors tilting in his face? First, He denied that you had in him no right.
He meant he did me none, the more my spite.
Then swore he were a stranger here.
Well, true he swore, though yet forsworn he were.
Then pleaded I for you.
And what said he?
The love I begged for you, he begged of me.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With words that in an honest suit might move. First he did praise my beauty, then my speech.
Disspeak him fair.
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot, no, I will not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have his will. He is deformed, crooked, old, and sere, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless, everywhere. Vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind, stigmatical, and making worse in mind.
Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lust is wailed when it is gone.
But I think it better than I say. And yet would here another's eyes were worse. Far from her nest, the lapwing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here! Go! The desk! The purse! Sweet, now make haste!
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Where's thy master, Dromio? Is he well?
No, he's in Tartar limbo. Worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him. One whose hard heart is buttoned up with steel. A fiend, a fury, pitiless and rough, a wolf, nay worse. A devil all in buff. A back friend. A shoulder clapper. One that countermands the passages of alleys, creeks, and narrow lands. A hound that runs counter and yet draws dry foot well. One that before the judgment carries poor souls to hell.
Why, man, what is the matter?
I do not know the matter. He is arrested on the case.
What? Is he arrested? Well, tell me at whose suit?
I know not at whose suit he is arrested well, but he's in a suit of buff, which rested him, that can I tell. Will you send him, mistress, redemption, the money in his desk?
Oh, go fetch it, sister. Is I wonder at that he, unknown to me, should be in debt? Tell me, was he arrested on a ban?
Not on a ban, but on a stronger thing, a chain. A chain! Do you not hear it ring?
What? The chain?
No, the bell! 'Tis time I were gone. It was 2 ere I left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back. That did I never hear.
Yes. If any hour meets a sergeant, it turns back for very fear.
As if time were in debt. How fondly thou dost reason.
Oh, time is a very bankrupt and owes more than he's worth to season. Nay, he's a thief, too. Have you not heard men say that time comes stealing on by night and day? If time be in debt and theft and a sergeant in the way, hath he not reason to turn back an hour in the day?
Oh, go, Dromio. There is the money. Bear it straight and bring thy master home immediately.
Oh, come, sister. I am pressed down with conceit. Conceit, my comfort and my injury.
There's not a man I meet but doth salute me as if I were their well-acquainted friend. And every one doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me. Some invite me. Some others give me thanks for kindnesses. Some offer me commodities to buy. Even now, a tailor called me in his shop and showed me silks that he had bought for me, and then withal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and Lapland sorcerers inhabit here.
Master! Here's the gold you send me. What? Have you got the picture of old Adam new apparelled?
What gold is this? What Adam dost thou mean?
Not the Adam that kept the paradise, but the Adam that keeps the prison. He that goes in the calfskin that was killed for the prodigal. He that came behind you, sir, like an evil angel and bid you forsake your liberty.
I understand thee not.
No? Why, 'tis a plain case. He that went like a base vial in a case of leather. The man, sir, that when gentlemen are tired, gives them a sob and rests them. He, sir, that takes pity on decayed men and gives them suits of durance.
What, mean'st thou an officer?
I, sir, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man to answer that breaks his band. One that thinks a man always going to bed and says, God give you good rest.
Well, sir, there rest in your foolery. Is there any ship puts forth? May we be gone!
Sir, I sent you word an hour since that the bark expedition put forth tonight, and then were you hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the hoy delay. Here are the angels that you sent me for to deliver you.
The fellow is distract, and so am I. And here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hence.
Well then, Master Antipholus. I see, so you found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Satan, avoid, I charge thee. Tempt me not.
Is this Mistress Satan?
It is the devil.
Nay, she is worse. She is the devil's dam. Come not near her.
You're mad and you are marvelous, Mary, sir. Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
Master, if you do, expect spoon me or bespeak a long spoon.
Why, Romeo?
Mary, he must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid then, fiend. What tell'st thou me of supping? Thou art, as are you all, a sorcerer! I conjure thee to leave me and be gone!
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or for my diamond, the chain you promised, and I'll be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
Some devils ask but the paring of one's nail. A rush, a hair, a drop of blood, a pin, a nut, a cherry stone, but she, covetous, would ask for a chain, Master Be Wise. And if you give it her, the devil will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, my ring, or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Avaunt, thou witch! Come, Romeo, let us go.
Fly pride, says the peacock mistress, that you know.
Now, out of doubt, Antipholus is mad. That's when he never so demean himself. A ring he hath of mine with 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and other he denies me now. The reason I gather he's mad, besides his present instance of his rage, it's a mad tale he told today at dinner of his own doors being shut against his entrance. Be like his wife, acquainted with his fits, on purpose shut the doors against his way. My way now to hie home to his house and tell his wife that being a lunatic, he rushed into my house and temper force my ring away! This course I fit as shoes for 40 ducats. It's too much to lose.
Fear me not, man, I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee as I am rested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today, and will not lightly trust the messenger that I should be attached in Ephesus. I tell you, 'twill sound harshly in her ears. Ah, here comes my man. I think he brings the money. How now, sir? Have you that I sent you for?
Here's that I warrant you will pay them all!
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for the rope!
500 ducats, villain, for a rope!
I'll serve you, sir, 500 at the rate.
To what end did I bid thee hie thee home?
To a rope censer, and to that end I am returned.
And to that end, sir, I will welcome you.
Oh, good sir, be patient. Be patient. I am in adversity.
But now hold thy tongue.
You need to hold his hand.
Thou horse and senseless villain.
I would I were senseless, sir, that I might not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows, and so is an ass.
Oh, I am an ass indeed. You may prove it by my long ears. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and have nothing at his hands for my service but blood. When I am cold, he heats me with beating. When I am warm, he cools me with it. I am waked with it when I sleep, raised with it when I sit, driven out of doors with it when I go from home, and I bear it on my shoulders as a beggar want her bread, and I think when he hath lamed me, I will beg with it from door to door.
Come, go along. Oh, my wife is coming yonder.
Oh, mistress, repeat chafing and respect your end, or rather the prophecy, like the parrot, beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk? Yeah!
Yeah! How say you now? Is not your husband mad?
His incivility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch, you are a conjurer. Establish him in his true sense again, and I will please you what you will demand. Ah, me, how fiery and sharp he looks.
Mark how he trembles in his ecstasy.
Give me your hand and let me feel your pulse.
There's my hand, and let it feel your ear.
I charge thee, Satan, housed within this man, to yield possession to my holy prayers, and to thy state of darkness hie thee straight. I charge thee by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, doting wizard, peace, I am not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not, poor distressed soul.
You, minion you, are these your customers? Did this companion with the saffron face revel and feasted at my house today, whilst upon me the guilty doors were locked and I denied to enter to my house?
Oh, husband, God doth know you dined at home. Where would you had remained until this time, free from these slanders and this open shame?
Dined at home. Thou, villain, what sayst thou? Oh, sorry.
Sir, say you did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked up and I shut out?
Your doors were locked up and you shut out.
Did not she herself revile me there?
She herself reviled you there.
Did not her kitchen maid rail, taunt, and scorn me?
The kitchen vestal scorned you.
And did not I enraged depart from thence?
In verity you did. My bones bear witness that since I felt the vigor of his rage.
It's good to soothe him in these contraries.
It is no shame. The fellow finds his vein, and yielding to him humours well his frenzy.
Oh. Thou hast summoned the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio, who came in haste for it.
Money by me? Heart and goodwill you might but surely master, not a rag of money.
Went'st thou not to her for a purse of ducats?
He came to me and I delivered it, and I witnessed with her that she did.
God and the rope maker bear me
mistress, both man and master are possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room.
Say, wherefore didst thou lock me forth today, and why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
And I, gentle master, received no gold, but I confess we were locked out.
Oh, dissembling villain, thou speaks false in both.
Dissembling harlot, thou art false in all, and art confederate with a damned pack to make a loathsome, abject scorn of me. But with these nails, I'll pluck out those false eyes that would behold in me this shameful sport.
More company, the fiend is strong within him.
But will you murder me? Thou jailer, thou I am thy prisoner. Wilt thou suffer him to make a rescue?
Master, let him go. He is my prisoner, and you shall not have it.
Go bind this man, for he is frantic too.
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Have thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
He is my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt he owes will be required of me.
I will discharge thee ere I go from thee. Bring me forthwith unto his creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good master doctor, see them safe conveyed home to my house. Oh, most unhappy day!
Oh, most unhappy strumpet!
Master, I am entered here in bond for thee.
Out on thee, villain! Wherefore dost thou mad me?
Will you be banned for nothing? Be mad, good master! Cry, the devil! Oh, God help poor souls! How idly they talk! Go, bear them hence! Sister, go you with me!
Dromio! Hop! Hop!
Say now!
Hop! Hop, 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 hop! Hop!
Say...
Hop! Hop! Hop!
Say now, whose suit is he arrested at?
One Angelo, a goldsmith. Do you know him?
I know the man. What is the sum he owes?
200 ducats.
Say, how grows it due?
Due for a chain your husband had of him.
Oh, he did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not.
When as your husband, all enraged today, came to my house and took away my ring.
Oh. The ring I saw upon his finger now. Straight after I did meet him with the chain.
That may be so, but I did never see it. Come, jailer, bring me where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth hereof at large. Come with naked swords! Let's call more help! Time to bound again! Away! They'll kill us!
I see these witches are afraid of swords.
She that would be your wife now ran from you.
Come to the centaur to go fetch our stuff from thence, along that we were safe and sound aboard.
Faith, stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm. You saw they speak us fair, give us gold. Methinks they are such a gentle nation that...
But for the mountain of mad flesh that claims marriage of me, I could find in my heart to stay here still and turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore, away! Fetch our stuff from hence.
Now, I am sorry, sir, that I have hindered you, but I protest he had the chain of me. The most dishonestly he doth deny.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
A very reverend reputation, sir. Credit infinite, highly beloved. Second to none that lives here in this city. His word might bear my wealth at any time.
Speak softly yonder as I think he walks. Run.
'Tis so. And that self-chain about his neck, which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me, I'll speak to him. Senor Antipholus, I wonder much. that you would put me to this shame and trouble, and without some scandal to yourself, with circumstance and oaths, so to deny this chain which now you wear so openly. And besides the charge, the shame, imprisonment, you have done wrong to this my honest friend, who but for staying on our controversy had hoisted sail and put to sea today. Now this chain you had of me, can you deny it?
I think I had it. I never did deny it.
Yes, you did, and forswore it, too.
Who ordered me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine didst hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch. 'Tis pity that thou art to walk where any honest man resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou darest stand.
I dare. And do defy thee for a villain!
For God's sake, hurt him not! He is mad! So get within him! Take his sword away! Bind Dromio to it! Bear them to my house!
Oh, run, master, run! For God's sake, take a house! Oh, this is some priory inn, or we are spoiled! No.
Be quiet, people! Wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence! And let us come in that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
I am now sorry I did draw on him.
How long hath this possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, much different than the man he was, but till this afternoon his passion ne'er brake into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by wreck of sea? Buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection in unlawful love? A sin prevailing much in youthful men who give their eyes the liberty of gazing. Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none of these! Except to be the last, namely some love that drew him off from home.
You should for that have reprehended him.
Why, so I did.
Aye, but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Happily in private.
And in assemblies too.
Aye, but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. In bed he slept, not for my urging it. At board he fed, not for my urging it. Alone it was the subject of my theme. In company I often glanced it, and still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and therefore comes it that his head is light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced with thy upbraidings? Unquiet meals make ill digestions. In food, in sport, in life-preserving rest, to be disturbed, would man or beast. The consequences then, thy jealous fits, have scared thy husband from the use of wits.
Well, she never reprehended him, but mildly. When he demeaned himself, rough and rude and wildly, why bear you these rebukes and answer not?
She did betray me to mine own reproof. Good people, enter and lay hold on him.
No, not a creature enters in my house.
Then of your servants bring my husband forth.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands, till I have brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in assaying it.
I will attend my husband, be his nurse, diet his sickness, for it is my office, and I will have no attorney but myself. Therefore, let me have him home with me.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir till I have used the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers. To make of him a formal man again, it is a branch and parcel of my oath, a charitable duty of my order. Therefore depart, and leave him here with me.
I will not hence, and leave my husband here. And ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Oh, be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Complain unto the Duke of these indignities. Must go, I will fall prostrate at his feet and never rise until my tears and prayers have won perforce the Duke to come in person hither and take perforce my husband from the abyss.
By this, I think the dial points at 5. Anon, I'm sure the Duke himself comes in person to this melancholy vale. Oh, the place of sorry death and execution, behind the ditches of this abbey here.
Upon what cause?
To see a reverend Syracusan merchant who, put unluckily into this bay by the statutes and laws of this town, beheaded for his offense.
Oh, see where they come. We will behold his death.
Quick, kneel to the Duke before he pass the abbey. Yet once again proclaim it publicly. If any friend shall pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, most sacred Duke, against the abbess.
She is a wedwound and a virtuous lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace. Antipholus, my husband, whom I made lord of me and all I had at your important letters. This ill day, a most outrageous fit of madness took him, but desperately he hurried through the streets. With him, his bondmen, all as mad as he, doing displeasure to the citizens by rushing in their houses, bearing defense, rings, jewels, anything his rage did like. Once did I get him bound and sent him home. Anon, I wot not by what strong escape, he broke from those that had the guard of him, chased us away, till, raising of more aid, we came again to bind them. Then they fled into this abbey, whither we pursued them, and here, oh, the abbess shuts the gates on us and will not suffer us to fetch him out. Therefore, most gracious Duke, at thy command, let him be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee a princely promise made, when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gates and bid the lady abbess come to us. I will determine this before I stir.
Mistress! Mistress! Shift and save yourself! Your husband and his man are both broke loose!
Please, sir, my husband and his man are here, and that is false. Thou dost report to us.
No, mistress, upon my life, I tell you true. When...
Oh!
I hear him, mistress. Fly! Begone!
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing.
Oh! I mean, it is my husband. Witness you, he is borne about invisible. Even now we housed him in the abbey here, and now he's there. Past thought of human reason.
Justice, most gracious Duke, oh, grant me justice, even for the service that long since I did thee, when I bestrid thee in the wars, and took deep scars to save thy life. Even for the blood that then I lost for thee, now grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote, I see my son Antipholus and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there. She, whom thou gavest to me to be my wife, that hath abused and dishonored me, even in the strength and height of injury. Beyond imagination is the wrong that she today hath shameless thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she shut the doors upon me, while she, with harlots, feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No, my good lord. Myself, he, and my sister today did dine together. So before my soul, as this is false, he burdens me withal.
Ne'er may I look on day, nor sleep on night, but she tells your highness simple truth.
Oh, perjured woman! They are both forsworn, and this the madman justly chargeth them.
My liege, I am advised what I say, neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor heady rash provoked with raging ire. This woman locked me forth this day from dinner. That goldsmith there, were he not packed with her, could witness it, for he was with me then, who parted with me to go fetch a chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I did dine together. Our dinner done, and he not coming thither, I went to seek him. In the street I met him, and in his company that gentleman. There did this perjured goldsmith swear me down that I this day of him received the chain, which God he knows I saw not, for the which he did arrest me with an officer. I did obey and sent my peasant home for certain ducats. He, with none, returned. Then fairly I bespoke the officer to go in person with me to my house. By the way, we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates. Along with them, they brought one Pinch, a hungry, lean-faced villain, a dead-looking man. This pernicious knave, forsooth, took on him as a conjurer, and gazing in mine eyes, feeling my pulse, cries out, I was possessed! Then all together they fell upon me, bound me, bore me thence, and in a dark and dankish vaulted hold they left me and my man both bound together, till, gnawing with my teeth my bonds in sunder, I gained my freedom, and immediately ran hither to your grace, whom I beseech to give me ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
My lord, in truth, thus far I witnessed with him that he dined not at home, but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee, or no?
He had, my lord, and when he ran in here, these people saw that chain about his neck.
Besides, I will be sworn, I heard him confess that he had the chain of him, after he first forswore it on the march, and thereupon I drew my sword on you, and you fled into these abbey walls, from whence I think you are come by miracle.
I never came within these abbey walls, nor never didst thou draw thy sword on me. I never saw the chain, so help me heaven, and this is false, you burden me withal.
Why, what an intricate intrigue is this? I think you all have drunk of Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he wouldn't plead so boldly. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that, say. Siwa, what say you?
Sir, he dined with her at the Barpentine! He did, and from my finger snatched that ring.
'Tis true, my liege, this ring I had of her.
Saw'st thou him enter at the abbey here?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
This is most strange. Go, call the abbess hither. I think you all are mated, or stark mad.
Most mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Happily I see a friend who may save my life and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusan, what thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus? And is not that your bondman, Dromio?
Oh, within this hour, I was his bondman, sir. But he, I thank him, not into my court, and now I am Dromio, and his man unbound.
No,
yes,
no,
please.
Later.
I do know you, both of you, remember me.
Ourselves we do remember, sir, by you, for lately we were bound as you are now. Oh, you are not Pinch's patient, are you, sir?
Well, look you strange on me. You know me well.
I never saw you in my life till now.
Grief hath changed me since you saw me last. But tell me yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio, nor thou?
No, sir, nor I.
I know thou dost!
Yes, but I am sure that I do not, and whatsoever a man denies, you are now bound to believe him.
Oh.
I didn't write it.
Not know my voice? Oh, time's extremity, hast thou so cracked and splitted my poor tongue in 7 short years, that here my only son knows not my feeble key of untuned cares? Tell me, thou art my son Antipholus.
I never saw my father in my life.
But 7 years since in Syracuse, boy, thou knowest we parted.
Duke, and all that know me in the city can witness with me that it is not so. I ne'er saw Syracuse in my life.
I tell thee, Syracusan, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus. During that time he ne'er saw Syracusa, I see thy age and danger makes thee dote.
Most mighty Duke, behold, a man much wronged.
I see two husbands, or mine eyes deceive me.
One of these men is genius to the other, and so to these. Which is the natural man and which the spirit? Who deciphers them?
I, Sir Abdromio, command him away!
I, Sir Abdromio, pray let me stay.
Aegean, art thou not? Or else his ghost?
Oh, my old master! Who hath bound him here?
Never bound him. I will loose his bonds and gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, old Aegean. If thou be'st the man that hadst a wife once called Amelia, that bore thee at a burden 2 fair sons,
Thou art Amelia! Tell me, where is the son that sailed with you?
by force, rude fishermen of Corinth took Dromio and my son from me.
Why, here begins his morning story right. These two antiphonous these two so like, and these two Dromios, one in semblance, besides her urging of her wreck at sea, these are the parents to these children, which accidentally are met together. Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first?
No, sir, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Oh, stay stand apart. I can't tell which is which.
I came from Corinth, my most gracious lord.
And I with him.
Brought to this town by that famous warrior, Duke Menaphon, your most renowned uncle.
Which of you two did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
No, I say nay to that.
And so do I, though she did call me that. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. What I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good. If this not be a dream I see and hear.
I sent you money, sir, to be your bail by Dromio, but I think he brought it not.
No, none by me.
This purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio, my man, did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was ta'en for him, and he for me, and thereupon these arrows.
These ducats, pawn I for my father here.
It shall not need thy father half his life.
Master, shall I fetch your stuff from shipboard?
What? Dromio! What stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
Your good set lay in host, sir, in the centaur!
He speaks to me. I am your master, Romeo.
Okay, that's fine.
Go with me. We'll look to that anon. Embrace your brother there. Rejoice with him.
There is a fat friend at your master's house who kitchened me for you today at dinner. She now shall be my sister, not my wife.
Oh, methinks you are my glass and not my brother. I see by you I am a sweet-faced youth.
Oh.
We came into this world as brother and brother. Now let us go hand in hand and not one before another.
Renowned Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains and go with us into the abbey here, and hear in large discourse all our fortunes, and all that are gathered in this place by this recognized one day's error have suffered wrong. Go, keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. We'll go to Augustus' feast and go with me. After so long grief, such festivity.
With all my heart, I'll spit this feast.